This is a new thing for me. I'm usually at a microphone stand, and I have to have a microphone stand. Now I have this handheld. We're hitting the high tech here. It is so great to have all of you here. You're in for a real treat. I'm. We're like to introduce the Skylark Trad Band. Their music includes maritime, folk music of the British Isles, American folk, and other traditions. They each have strong music backgrounds, they have close harmonies, and are steeped in the history of their song. Before I bring them out, I did forget to say, make sure we turn off our cell phones. And I'd also like to just tell you about all the emergency exits. Of course, the emergency exit is the way you came in. If you look to your right, you'll see that exit sign. That way is out. And also in our new room behind us, there's an exit door there. And if that's not enough, as you go down the hallway, you'll look on the left, there's an exit door there. I think we've got all that housekeeping stuff. One may think Skylark has been together forever, but no, they are wise beyond their years. Be it on a tall ship or a festival or at Friday Night Folk, they bring a great sound and much joy. May I introduce to you the Skylark Trad Band.
Thank you so much, All Souls. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We are excited to be here on what a friend of mine just recently dubbed Irish Music Weekend, which I think is the new name of the holiday.
We always encourage people to sing along. Oh, and my name is Kate McCann.
AJ Wright.
Eve Corbier.
We met while working at the Mystic Seaport Museum as shantymen. So you will hear a lot of maritime material, though not exclusively. And this is we're gonna kick things off with a old-ish American tune, and I've added a few maritime verses. Why not? Again, please feel free to sing along.
Don't just feel free. We'll be calling you out if you're not.
We would prefer if you did. If ever I get my new house done, sail away, lady, sail away. Give the old one to my son. Sail away, lady, sail away. Don't you rock 'em, die-dee-o, don't you rock 'em, die-dee-o. Sail away, lady, sail away. Sail away, lady, sail away.
fave has been say American favorite for quite a long time. It for sure appeared on a bunch of children's albums when I was a kid. And fairly
The song that shows up the most in Whaleman's Journal.
They took us jolly fishermen a fishing for the whale on the 4th day of August in 1864.
Bound for Greenland we set sail. The lookout stood on the cross trees high with a spyglass in his hand.
There's a whale, there's a whale, there's a whalefish, he cried.
And she blows at every span. The captain stood on the quarter deck, and a sort of a man was he.
Overhaul, overhaul, let your davit tackles fall,
And we'll launch them boats to sea.
We struck that whale and the line played out, but she gave a flurry with her tail, and the boat capsized. We lost 7 of our men, and we never caught that whale. Well, the losing of 7 fine seamen, oh, it grieved our captain sore. But the losing of that 100-barrel whale, oh, it grieved him 10 times more. So now we get into the Irish Music Weekend part of the adventure here. We have this is a single jig into a double jig? Double jig. A double jig into a slip jig, should you feel inclined. That was the cash jig into Merrily Kiss the Quaker or Merrily Kiss the Quaker's Wife. It has 2 titles, depending on your preference.
We're going to keep going with the Irish music theme because it is that weekend, that very special weekend. You might notice we even chose some appropriate colors. Yeah.
We need to do part 1 of the slapstick act here.
Oh,
Here you go.
sorry.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
We all play a lot of instruments. Same.
Including the
Just
tambourine.
keep adding more and more tambourines every time we play, it seems.
It's the sound of the tambourine. It's an unbeatable. You always know if somebody's playing the tambourine. You know it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Never confuse it with anything else.
Well, Paddy Maloney left Ireland in glee. He had a strange notion to sail the Ross Sea. He shipped on a whale catcher, South Georgia bound, and the way that she pitched made his head go around. Caterwauling, tarpaulin, harpooning, and all. Well, Paddy had never been whaling before. The way the boat pitched, it made his head sore. As the lookout, he cried that a whale had been spied. Begod, says poor Pat, I'll be ate by and by. Caterwauling, tarpaulin, harpooning, and all. Then Paddy ran forward and reached for the mast. He held to a gripper and there he made fast. The boat gave a tip and poor Pat lost his grip, and into the whale's belly the silly fool slipped. Caterwauling, tarpaulin, harpooning, and all. He was in the whale's belly 6 months and a day, till one morning by luck to its throat he made way. The whale gave a whoosh, boys, and then she did blow, and a mile in the air went old Paddy Maloney. Caterwauling, tarpaulin, harpooning, and all. Then Paddy got spat out quite safe on the shore. He swears he'll not go to sea anymore. And the next time he follows a venturesome motion, it'll be when the railway runs over the ocean. Caterwauling, tarpaulin, harpooning, and all.
So I learned this next time. This is a participatory number. There's even a part for the, there are 2 dogs present here tonight. There's a part for you guys. Actually, the whole thing is a part for you guys. I learned this from the extraordinary Craig Edwards. And yes, his family members are well represented here tonight. And he sang it for me. We sang it together, and he sang it for me again. We sang it together, and I finally I asked him. I was like, okay, so what are the words? And he said, oh, whatever you want. So there are some words to this song. I'll sing some, scat some, and but there is a robust.
An important word.
Yeah, the most important section that I hope you will all sing with us is goes woof 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 woof. Yes, that's the spirit. Bring it. Bulldog, don't bite me. Oh, my dog, he's a very bad dog. Bulldog, don't bite me, said my dog, he's an English dog. Bulldog, don't bite me, woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me, woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me, said my dog, he's an American dog. Bulldog, don't bite me, yes, my dog, he's a very good dog. Bulldog, don't bite me, woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me, woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me, me. Told you my dog is a lazy dog. Bulldog, don't bite me. Sleeps all day, that's a lazy dog. Bulldog, don't bite me. Woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me. Woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me. Told you my dog is lazy all day. Bulldog, don't bite me. But he hears me in the kitchen from across the bay. Bulldog, don't bite me. Woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me. Woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me. Told you my dog is a very fast dog. Bulldog, don't bite me. Has 8 legs, that's a very fast dog. Bulldog, don't bite me. Woof, 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 woof. 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 Bulldog, don't bite me. Woof. Oh, woof, woof. Bulldog, don't bite me. Woof, 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 woof. Bulldog, don't bite me.
All right. Set of a couple of my favorite kind of tune, if I had to pick one, the hornpipe. You've heard me go on at length, as many people have about the pleasing sound of the hornpipe. But this is the first one is commonly known as Jack Guitar. The full title is, in fact, Come Ashore, Jack Guitar, with Your Trousers On. And the second one is King of the Fairies.
Oh, maybe give me an A.
An A. Are those similar enough to each other? It's never given on a concertina.
They're very close. They're very close.
another Irish song, but a much more modern one than a lot of the stuff, I would say. Some of our tunes are more modern. This is one of the newer things that we have. And by newer, 1950s?
Is it?
But yeah, it was written for a show, but has become firmly part of the Irish rap.
Well, I just heard a very different story about the origin
Did
of the song.
you?
That it was picked up by a drunk man singing on the street.
Well, maybe it got picked up and put into the show. Maybe this is like a Stephen Foster Banks of Sacramento situation.
Okay.
Who knows? I'm gonna have to read a whole lot more. I know it was definitely in a show, and I believe we're gonna have to read out more on this.
Yeah, well, TBD.
Yeah. Actually, I have something relevant and interesting that's a similar kind of story about that for one of our tune sets later.
We take this stuff very seriously.
We take this stuff so seriously.
Song sources.
And if anybody has information,
Yeah, let us know.
a hungry feeling came o'er me stealing, and the mice were squealing in my prison cell, and the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. To begin the morning, the screw was fallen. Get up, you blouses, and clean up yourself. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. The screw was peeping because he was sleeping, as I lay there dreaming of my girl's cell, and the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. Up in the female prison, there are 75 women, and it is among them I wish I did dwell. Then the old triangle would go jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal, all along the banks of the Royal Canal.
This is another song. I don't know if it's from Ireland, but I was lucky enough to study abroad in Ireland when I was a student in college, and that is where I learned this song.
I know there's a mining song that has the same melody, but my suspicion is that this one is older. I have not looked it up yet.
Yeah, I never really found out where the song came from. So sometimes the mystery is just as good. We go marching through the green grass, thus, thus, thus. Come all you pretty fair maids and march along with us. So pretty and so fair as you take yourselves to be. I choose you for a partner. Come walk along with me. I'd never marry a blacksmith. He smuts his nose and chin. I'd sooner marry a sailor lad who sails through the wind. A sailor lad, a sailor lad, a sailor lad for me. If ever I get married, a sailor's wife I'll be. We go marching through the green grass, thus, thus, thus. Come all you pretty fair maids and march along with us. So pretty and so fair as you take yourselves to be. I choose you for a partner. Come walk along with me. I'd never marry a farmer. He's only selling grain. I'd sooner marry a sailor lad who sails through the rain. A sailor lad, a sailor lad, a sailor lad for me. If ever I get married, a sailor's wife I'll be. We go marching through the green grass, thus, thus, thus. Come all you pretty fair maids and march along with us. So pretty and so fair as you take yourselves to be. I choose you for a partner. Come walk along with me. I'd never marry a doctor. He's only curing sick. I'd sooner marry a sailor lad who dances double quick. A sailor lad, a sailor lad, a sailor lad for me. If ever I get married, a sailor's wife I'll be. We go marching through the green grass, thus, thus, thus. Come all you pretty fair maids and march along with us. So pretty and so fair as you take yourselves to be. I choose you for a partner. Come walk along with me. We go marching through the green grass, thus, thus, thus. Come all you pretty fair maids and march along with us. So pretty and so fair as you take yourselves to be. I choose you for a partner. Come walk along with me.
Oh, Bronchi. last tune was called Banished Misfortune, and AJ brought us that tune at the beginning of COVID. And we were like, aha, we found the right tune for the moment. Surely this will work.
How much more time do we have for the first set?
45 minutes. So 5 10 minutes.
5 to 10.
Buckle up.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how much stuff we need to cut. Do we want to
Skip to
skip to
Shoals
shoals?
of Heron.
That is very kind. Is that the note G?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, good. Never miss an opportunity to tune. Never miss one. Don't pass them up. To the North Sea we're faring, to that wild and wasteful ocean, casting our nets, reaping our harvest from the deep, as we hunt the bonny shoals of herring. Well, it was a bright and a summer's morn, out a Yarmouth harbour I was faring, as a cabin boy on a fishing lugger. We were going to hunt the shoals of herring. And the hours were long, and the wages bad, and the treatment surely took some bearing. There was little kindness, and the kicks were many, as we hunted for the shoals of herring. Well, we fished the swab and the broken bank, and I was cook and I the carters sharing. And I used to sleep standing on me feet, dreaming of them silver shoals of herring. Well, we fished the home grounds in the month of June, then for Canny Shields we soon was bearing, with 100 crown of them silver darlings, they were taken from the shoals of herring. And now you're up on deck, and you're a fisherman, you can swear and show a manly bearing. Take your watch on deck with the other fellas, as you hunt the bonny shoals of herring. And then you net rope man, and boy, you're on the go, and you're learning all about seafaring. For your education, scraps of navigation, as you hunt the bonny shoals of herring. Through them wild seas and them living gales, just to earn our daily bread we're faring. From the Dover Straits to the Faroe Islands, as we hunt the bonny shoals of herring. Well, I earned me keep, and I earned me pay, and I earned the gear that I was wearing. Sailed 1,000,000 miles, caught 10,000,000 fishes, they were taken from the shoals of herring. But night and day, the seas were daring, through winter's gale and stormy weather, sweating and cold, growing up, growing old, and dying, as we hunt the bonny shoals of herring.
relatively modern one, Ewan McCall song. And now for a really modern one.
Yeah. I think this will be our last song of this first set. And
Don't worry, we've got lots more.
thank you so much for coming out. This is an original song that I wrote about sailing on the Victory Chimes to Mystic, Connecticut, and living on the Victory Chimes when the boat was hauled out in dry dock in the shipyard, which I don't even think I'm supposed to say that I lived in the shipyard. That's allowed, because I know there's some shipyard employees here. But you knew yeah, they knew about it. And
Plausible
I
deniability.
recorded an EP last year, and this song was the first single off of that EP, which is for sale here, a 6-song EP of traditional and original maritime music. And this song also won the Maine Songwriters Association Songwriter of the Year contest. So, thank you. And that's enough self-promotion.
The song will promote itself.
Oh, that's sweet. We left the dock at sunset, headed down the coast. The lines cast off and coiled, and now we're sailing home. But like this ship, I've had no home since many years ago. We stay close to the shore. I've been down here before, but I've never come this way. Put on the night watch, there's no sleeping anyway. How the great Atlantic heaves the hull in her sway, and with each creak and thud and bitter patter of the rain, at 2 a.m. I rise on deck in stormy skies, tea and oilskins, but she's bone dry. Mouth of the river, waiting for the light. Hear the foghorn cutting through the stillness of the night. And when the daylight breaks and the anchor is away, we'll make our way down to another seaport town. They say it's different. Down in the shipyard and up on the Hard, the men swinging hammers as if they think they're gods, and me and her on solid ground but looking out of place, plucked from her home, nowhere left to roam, floating aimless. Now that she's bone dry, clock at sunset, headed down the coast. The lines cast off and coiled, and now we're sailing home. I've heard it said that home is nothing but a state of mind. Not sure my mind's a state I wanna be. But she's bone dry.
Thank you very much. We have plenty more.
Let's hear it for Skylark Trad Band. And you ain't heard nothing yet. So please, there's some goodies left. Please we're gonna take about 15 minutes and we'll be back to hear more. And a shameless plug, Princess Pine, Bone Dry is on that. It's a beautiful, beautiful album.
Thank you.
At least that's a CD, right? CD. We'll see you in 15. We have Tom Chapin coming next month on April 12th. Just a little background, he has 27 albums to his career, 3 Grammy Awards. He's called the Hudson Valley Troubadour. In addition to his work as a recording artist, concert performer, storyteller, and activist, he's performed on Broadway and worked extensively in television, radio, and film. I know a lot of young people, I guess about a decade or so ago, used to watch his TV show on Saturday mornings. And to finish off our year, we're going to have Seat of Our Pants on May 17th. You really enjoy them. They've got a great sound, great harmonies. They have great enthusiasm. Please, for Tom Chapin and for Seat of Our Pants, go online, play YouTube, and I think you'll be sold. I want to thank the Friday Night Folk Committee, Katrina, Judy, Dot, Jeff, John, and Pat, and of course Jesse, our sound engineer. Let's give them all a big hand. Woo! One of the things in a concert like this, there's a lot of work that goes on, and we try to make it as effortless as possible. We want to make it so it's a friendly place, good snacks, right? Good snacks. And there was a number of people that brought snacks tonight. That was thank you. And I think it's too late, but my wife's Irish soda bread, it was very good. 1 piece left, okay. As soon as I leave here, okay. Anyway, we really are so happy that Skylark Trad Band is here tonight. Aren't they special? And the last thing I'll say before they probably want to get started here is that isn't it amazing, young people keeping this music alive? Isn't that amazing? Because one of my biggest concerns is, the audiences a lot of times at our concerts, I'm getting older, I don't know about you, but anyway, to hear this music, back long ago, still so vibrant and so beautiful, and thank you. Thank you so much. So, without any more babbling on my part, let's hear it for Skylark Traditional Band.
Okay, thank you. Just jump right in here.
Again, we always encourage singing, but this one, you think the chorus is always going to repeat the same, and it doesn't.
Oh, I wish I was a mole in the ground. Oh, I wish I was a mole in the ground. As a mole in the ground, I would root that mountain down. I wish I was a mole in the ground. Oh, I wish I was a lizard in the spring. Oh, I wish I was a lizard
More hornpipes.
More pipes.
Could be better.
Hornpipe has a little like swing to it, you know. So you gotta like with the yeah, exactly. So even if you're not, you see this in pubs in Ireland, where you like people playing tunes, and even if you're not dancing, you're like there's the shoulder thing. Lends itself to the hornpipe.
Was this placed here intentionally, or did somebody else move it in the meantime? I realized it was exactly where my foot needs to go to play. Ooh. And we had just adjusted it between. Let me know if it doesn't work.
Tune.
Okay. And now I can do this.
Very important. important.
It is important. Posture was all wrong. What do you want to say about this, Eve?
Well, so this is an Irish tune, but it's American lyrics, and lyrics we're going for Gold Rush lyrics. It's a really common tune. You'll recognize the tune. The tune actually often called "Rosin the Bow," but these are the lyrics from they were printed in a newspaper, right? In the Gold Rush.
Wonderful, repeating, singable
Yes, delightful, very singable
chorus.
song, and one that Connecticut people will really appreciate because the pinnacle, the culmination. This is a spoiler, but I'm going to go for it. The ultimate lived out dream of the protagonist of the song is to live amongst clams. And we here are a clam living environment. So this is Acres of Clams, the tune of Rosin the Bow. Wandered all over this country, prospecting and digging for gold. I tunneled, hydraulicked, and cradled, and I had been frequently sold. And I had been frequently sold, and I had been frequently sold. I tunneled, hydraulicked, and cradled, and I had been frequently sold. One who makes riches by mining, perceiving that others grow poor, I made up my mind to try farming, the only pursuit that is sure. The only pursuit that is sure. The only pursuit that is sure. I made up my mind to try farming, the only pursuit that is sure. Rolling my grub in my blankets, I left all my tools on the ground and started one morning to shank it to a country they call Puget Sound. To a country they call Puget Sound. A country they call Puget Sound. I started one morning to shank it to a country they call Puget Sound. Arriving flat broke in midwinter, I found it enveloped in fog and covered all over with timber, thick as hair on the back of a dog. Thick as hair on the back of a dog, as hair on the back of a dog. I found it all covered with timber, thick as hair on the back of a dog. Tried to get out of the country, but poverty forced me to stay until I became an old settler. Then nothing could drag me away. Then nothing could drag me away. Then nothing could drag me away until I became an old settler, then nothing could drag me away. Now that I'm used to the climate, I think that if man ever found a place to live easy and happy, that Eden is on Puget Sound. That Eden is on Puget Sound. That Eden is on Puget Sound. A place to live easy and happy. That Eden is on Puget Sound. No longer a slave to ambition, I laugh at the world and its shams, and I think of my happy condition, surrounded by acres of clams, surrounded by acres of clams, surrounded by acres of clams. I think of my happy condition, surrounded by acres of clams. Acres and acres of clams, by acres and acres of clams. I think of my happy condition, surrounded by acres of clams. That was good singing, team. That was good.
I think it's funny. I heard that song first from I think it was like a math video game. That for some reason, they like had a little theater. That was one of the songs in it. Very, very strange place.
Math was how many clams in an acre? Or how many oysters in an acre?
Yeah, so we sing a lot of songs about the sea, about shellfish, about fish.
This is a surprisingly light on herring set. Usually
Well-
we really pack it full of herring.
Maybe there's more herring to
Maybe
come.
there's more herring to come.
But yeah, we're gonna just go on land for a moment and sing some farmer songs to switch it up. So this is 2 songs we've smushed together about 2 farmers. One is named John and one is named Joe. You feel like we're okay? Okay. don't you get away, lazy John? Lazy John, why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade and I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, lazy John? Old Joe Clark, he had a house 15 stories high, and every story in that house full of chicken pie. Old Joe Clark, he had a mule, her name was Morgan Brown, and every tooth in that mule's head was 16 inches round. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, bound to go away. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I'm bound. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I'm gonna leave this town. I went down to old Joe's house, he had me there for supper. Stubbed my toe on the table leg, stuck my nose in butter. Old Joe Clark is mad at me, I'll tell you the reason why. I ran through his cabbage patch, tore down all his rye. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, bound to go away. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I'm gonna leave this town. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, bound to go away. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I'm gonna leave this town.
I think that's enough of the land.
Back to sea.
Back to sea. Back a little bit earlier in Napoleonic. If you guys sing on anything, got a chorus for you here. Eve always likes us to give the disclaimer that your souls are your own, but I invite you into prayer with us here. A top man and an afterguard went a walking out one day. Said the top man to the afterguard, I mean for to pray for the rights of all sailors and the wrongs of all men, and whatever I do pray for, you must answer, Amen. Now we'll pray for the boatswain with his little stick, who calls out all hands and who gives us a kick. He strikes many a brave fellow and kicks him amain, and may the devil double, triple damn him, says the after-guard. Amen. Then we'll pray for the purser who gives us to eat. Spew, burger, rank butter, and musty horse meat, with his weevily old biscuits, while he gets the gain. And may the devil double, triple damn him, says the after-guard. Amen. Next we'll pray for the petty officer who gives us our due. We are owed 3 years' wages and prize money too. And it's you can't have it yet, Jack. Try next voyage again. And may the devil double, triple damn him, says the after-guard. Amen. Then the last thing that we'll pray for is a jug of good beer. For the Lord sends us liquor, our spirits to cheer. And it's if we have 1 pint, may we also have 10. May we never ever want for grog again, says the after-guard. Amen.
It's another herring song. More herrings come. Yeah, if you haven't had any tinned fish on toast recently, I'm going to make a plug for this activity. I'm not sponsored by tinned fish on toast, but just
But
like
tinned fish on toast, if you're out there listening.
we could be.
It's kind of in right now, though. It's like
It is kind of
yeah,
in.
it's a trend. So we were ahead of the curve. There.
Yeah, we are on trend. Just as cool as we can be. But yes, a little fish on, the toast, warm with butter, and then just the tinned fish on top of it. It doesn't have to be herring. A sardine is nice. Kippers are nice.
But when you put it on toast, what part of the herring are you using?
Well, so this one we're going to discuss in this next song. The anatomy, if you will, of the herring. And it's a participatory activity because you will need to rhyme parts of the fish, this is good because we actually don't know what the words of the song will be until we're deep into it, which I like. So get out your rhyming brain and do call out rhymes when the opportunity arises. We'll do the first one as an example for you, and then you can do the rest of them. So, what'll we do with the herring's head?
What'll we do with a herring's head?
Herring's head, and this is the rhyming part. But with this one, we're going to make loaves of bread, which we did plan ahead of time.
You have to have that for the toast.
Herring's head, loaves of bread, and all manner of things. Of all the fish that swim in the sea, the herring is the one for me. How are you today? How are you today? How are you today, me honey-o? This one we don't know what will happen. What do we do with the herring's eyes?
What do we do with a herring's eyes? We can't hear you. Oh, I heard a good one out there.
What was
I heard somebody say, feed it to flies.
Puddings and pies that we feed to flies.
Oh, yeah.
And all manner of things. Of all the fish that swim in the sea, The herring is the one for me. How are you today? How are you today? How are you today, me honey-o? What do we do with the herring's belly?
What do we do with a herring's belly?
Herring's belly, jams and jellies. Herring's eyes, puddings and pies we feed to flies. Herring's head, loaves of bread, and all manner of things. Of all the fish that swim in the sea, the herring is the one for me. How are you today? How are you today? How are you today, me honey-o? What do we do with the herring's fins?
What do we do with a herring's fins? Whoa.
Needles and pins in your gin.
Ooh.
Herring's belly, jams and jellies. Herring's eyes, puddings, pies we feed to flies. Herring's head, loaves of bread, and all manner of things. Of all the fish that swim in the sea, the herring is the one for me. How are you today? How are you today? How are you today, me honey-o? What do we do with the herring's tail?
What do we do with a herring's tail?
Herrings and tail with a bit of ale. Herring's fins, needles and pins that we get gin. Herring's belly, jams and jellies. Herring's eyes, puddings and pies we feed to flies. Herring's head, loaves of bread, and all manner of things. Of all the fish that swim in the sea, the herring is the one for me. How are you today? How are you today? How are you today, me honey-o? What do we do with the herring's feet?
What do we do with a herring's feet?
All right. This was sweet, very sweet, right? Herring's feet, very sweet. Herring's tail, eat it with ale. Herring's fins, needles and pins in gin. Herring's belly, jams and jellies. Herring's and eyes, puddings and pies we feed to flies. Herring's head, loaves of bread, and all manner of things. Of all the fish that swim in the sea, the herring is the one for me. How are you today? How are you today? How are you today, me honey-o?
You know, all things considered, they could have made our lives a lot harder there.
All right, carrying on with the seasonable weekend theme of St. Patrick's Day. This is a version of the very well-known, if you're a folk nerd, very well-known child ballad,
Is there anyone in here who's not a folk nerd?
Yeah, because Lord Randall. This is like the Irish version. I think Frank Hart, who was an Irish song collector, ballad singer, had a quote that I don't totally remember about like how it encapsulated the more rowdiness than the English child ballad version. So it seems very appropriate for this weekend. And it was, I first heard it from the band Lankum. Is anybody a fan? Probably the most amazing contemporary folk band, in my humble opinion, so I just want to give them credit. This is Henry, My Son. And again, feel free to sing along. Let's get rowdy. Where have you been all day, Henry, my son? Where have you been all day, my beloved one? Away in the meadow, away in the meadow, make my bed. I've a pain in me head, and I want to lie down. beloved one. Poison beans, make my bed. I've a pain in my head and I want to lie down. And what color were those beans, Henry, my son? What color were those beans, my beloved one? Green and yellow, green and yellow, make my bed. I've a pain in me head and I want to lie down. And what will you leave your mother, Henry, my son? What will you leave your mother, my beloved one? A watch and chain, a watch and chain, make my bed. I've a pain in me head and I want to lie down. And what will you leave your brother, Henry, my son? What will you leave your brother, my beloved one? A woolen vest, a woolen vest, make my bed. I've a pain in me head and I want to lie down. And what will you leave your father, Henry, my son? What will you leave your father, my beloved one? A blue suit, a blue suit, make my bed. I've a pain in me head and I want to lie down. And what will you leave your children, Henry, my son? What will you leave your children, my beloved one? The sun and moon, the sun and moon, make my bed. I've a pain in me head and I want to lie down. And what will you leave your sweetheart, Henry, my son? What will you leave your sweetheart, my beloved one? A rope to hang her, a rope to hang her. Make my bed. I've a pain in me head and I want to lie down.
Continuing on the Irish, there is another version of this song that's a little bit more well known, but I think it's also an Irish version. So we warmed you up for choruses there with Tom and the Afterguard, so we've just, just a little bit trickier than that on this chorus. Of course, I think you'll pick it up right away. I know I got a couple of ringers out there. As I walked down one May morning, take a pleasant walk, I sat down beside an old stone wall to hear two lovers talk. Hear two lovers talk, he said, hear what they might say, that I might learn a little more love just before I go away. P, it stands for Paddy, I suppose. J is for my man John. W stands for false Willio, but Johnny is the fairest man. Johnny is the fairest man, she says. Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says. Johnny is the fairest man. Come and sit beside me, love. Gather on the green. It's a long 3/4 of a year or more since together we have been. Together we have been, she says. Together we have been. It's a long 3/4 of a year or more since together we have been. P, it stands for Paddy, I suppose. J is for my man John. W stands for false Willio, but Johnny is the fairest man. Johnny is the fairest man, she says.
Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says. Johnny is the fairest man.
And that's it beside you, love. Now or any other time, for you're in love with another poor chap, and your heart's no longer mine. Heart's no longer mine, she says. Heart's no longer mine, for you're in love with another poor chap, and your heart's no longer mine. P.S.
Stands for Paddy, I suppose. J is for my man John, and W stands for false Willie-O. But Johnny is the fairest man. Johnny is the fairest man, she says. Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says. Johnny is the fairest man.
I'll go climb some high, high tree, rob a little bird's nest, and then I'll go and speak a little about the girl that I love best. The girl that I love best, he says. Girl that I love best. And then I'll go and speak a little about the girl that I love best. P.S.
Stands for Paddy, I suppose. J is for my man John. W stands for false Willie-O. But Johnny is the fairest man. Johnny is the fairest man, she says. Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says. Johnny is the fairest man.
Oh, Johnny is
The fairest man, she says. Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says. Johnny is the fairest man.
another little tune set.
I have to retune.
We've got plenty to talk about with these tunes, so that's you need anything?
No.
First tune is one I think Eve particularly likes.
I do like this tune. It's like absurdly optimistic. It's, you know, if you were giving like a music school example of like, this is a major key, this is the tune you would use. It's called Off She Goes. The possibly apocryphal story about this tune is it was played when ships were leaving the harbor for the very first time, maiden voyage. So you really want to throw some major key energy after them.
Banished Misfortune doesn't work for that.
Yeah, Banished Misfortune. We're going to keep trying with Banished
Yeah.
Misfortune. We're on it. Don't worry.
The second tune is a very popular old-time tune, and everybody always said, oh, it's an old-time tune from the 1950s, and somebody emailed me after I posted a snippet of it at one point, and I said, let me double-check that, and it turns out the version that everybody plays was sourced from a fiddler in the 1960s, but this tune actually goes back to the English Music Hall of the 1860s. And the last one is a very modern tune by a composer named Rodney Miller. I think it's from 2016.
It has a great name. It's great.
William Blake's Dead.
Ready to throw a little sunshine around here.
The banjo's gone out of tune. Who could have predicted this?
You can keep going.
We'll just keep playing over the waterfall then. Here we go.
And that, just a couple more retunings. Saved them all for the second set.
See,
That was so funny too, because I was like, y'all gave me so much time to tune, and I was like, that was the fastest I've ever gotten into.
Well, here's the problem. This was actually the banjo throwing us a bone because Kate has recently acquired a new and very beautiful banjo that stays in tune fantastically, and now we've been robbed of the opportunity to make all of the banjo jokes.
Well, that's why I was so amazed I got into tune so quickly. I was like, man, it usually takes way longer than that. Okay, yeah, could you give me a G?
And there's also tuning to a tuner versus tuning to the concertina. We played last year in a banjos and boxes workshop, and people kept going, "Oh, why did they put those two together?" And my personal decision is that it was they put the untunable instrument with the untunable instrument, but.
Now I'm so paranoid. Okay, yeah, we're in tune. We just got a few more, so thanks so much again for coming out. This has been a real treat.
Talk to us about the songs.
And thanks so much, Friday Night Folk.
Yeah.
This is what a beautiful place. What extraordinary energy in this space.
Thanks to Friday Night Folk. Thanks to All Souls.
And thanks, Jesse.
This is an old classic amongst all the classics. bird.
She's a pretty bird and
She warbles as she flies. She never hollers cuckoo, till the 4th day of July. Gonna build me a log cabin on a mountain so high, so I can see Willie as he goes passing by. I've played cards in England. I've played cards in Spain. I bet you $5 I beat you next game. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, I know you from old. You rob my poor pockets of silver and of gold. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles as she flies. She never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July.
Talk amongst yourselves. This is less traditional in some ways than a lot of the stuff that we do. This is from the Incredible String Band. And the original version is incredible, but I also love the version Jackie Oates covered, which adjusted the song slightly. So we're doing it based on sort of a combination of the two.
This is our first time ever performing this one
It's true.
in Poplar. It's cool. I'm excited to sing.
be nice.
I
to
love
them.
the
watch
Incredible
the
String
future
Band.
for harmonic evolution.
But I love the Incredible String Band.
Yeah, it's
So
actually
I'm
Kate's favorite band.
One of them, yeah. So I was excited that you brought this to us. Yeah.
Something to start you being sent out with here. Sleepers, awaken, the night has gone and taken your darkest fears and left
left you here. And the sun, it shines so clear. And the sun, it shines so clear. Oh, awake, for the world looks wonderful.
O glorious golden sun, your song of light you bring, and when we turn away, your silver sister moon doth sing. Then once again we face your glory and your grace, and those whom sleep still takes. Sleepers, awaken, the night has gone and taken your darkest fears and left you here. And the sun, it shines so clear. And the sun, it shines so clear. Oh, awake, for the world looks wonderful. You send your beams to earth, giving flowers their birth, and looking to the sky, they see your diamond eye, livening sap and cell. They love you very well, and answering the first light's ring. Sleepers, awaken, the night has gone and taken your darkest fears and left you here. And the sun, it shines so clear. And the sun, it shines so clear. Oh, awake, for the world looks wonderful.
Well, this is going to be our last song. Again, staying with the theme, this was really most widely known as a tune, a harp tune originally, usually attributed to O Carolyn, though that is also kind of questionable. We don't know. But O Carolyn was the
And neither does anybody else.
was the harpist. Oh gosh, what time frame would that be? Like
Late 17th, early 18th.
okay,
Mostly late 17th.
a blind harpist. So this is the tune, and then I didn't know there were words ever written to this song, but there were in the late 18th century by a poet from Donegal. I think that's where they're from. I can't remember all these facts right now. But yeah, I heard Archie Fisher was the first person I heard sing with the words, and it really elevated the tune to a whole new level for me. And it's also the last song on my CD.
And it's a waltz, so there's a great big aisle here and a lot of room back there, so
Yeah, I'm sure it'll sound familiar to many of you. See? Okay. South wind of a gentle rain, you banish winter weather, bring salmon to the pools again, the bees among the heather. If northward now you mean to blow, as you rustle soft above me, Godspeed be with you as you go, with a kiss for those who love me. From south I come with velvet breeze, my word all nature blesses. I melt the snow and strew the leaves with flowers and soft caresses. I'll help you to dispel your woe, joy I'll take your greeting, and send it to your loved Mayo on my wings so fleeting. My connacht famed for wine and play, so gay, so loyal, so loving. Here's my fond wish I send today, born on the seas and its roving. These monster folk, they are good and kind, right royally they treat me. But this land I'd gladly leave behind, with your connacht pipes to greet me.
Let's hear it for Skylark Traditional Band. One more? One more?
What? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Do you want to lead it? Or do you want, any of us could do it.
I can if you really want me to.
I can do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's stand up.
Yeah, let's stand up. Presumably you can still pick up enough. If we sing very loudly, and never do sing very loudly. Okay, we're doing a little bit of pandering here.
I'm amazed you suggested this song. I love it, but you.
No, I do love it. I do love it. A whole bunch of people are going to start laughing, including lovely sound man. So this is a shanty, and we will expect you all to sing along. Very important behind you. In 1841, I put my corduroy breeches on the American Railroad, just beyond the work upon the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. In 1842, I'm looking around for something to do, looking around for something to do, working on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. In 1843, I thought that I should go to sea, but the American Railroad hired me to work on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. In 1844, I found my back was mighty sore, found my back was mighty sore from working on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. In 1845, I found myself more dead than alive, found myself more dead than alive from working on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. In 1846, I found myself in a hell of a fix, stepped in a pile of dynamite sticks while working on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. 1847, children I had, they numbered 11, of boys and 4, of girls and 7, while working on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. 1848, I finally got rich, but far too late, picking pearls at the pearly gates while working on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway. Fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, fiddle me, ori, ori, hey, working on the railway.
Thanks again. Thank you all for coming tonight. Weren't they great? And I just want to put a plug in. Thank you, All Souls, for making this place available for us. This is really a nice place. And it's such a nice place, especially with such a good audience like you. Thank you all for coming. Tom Chapin, April 12th. Please be here. And if you can't make it for that, May 17th, Seat of Our Pants. Good night. Come back. Be safe.